I am Matt Jennings from 1701 of Blerd Story, and you are listening to the Sci-Fi Sistas.
Everybody, welcome to the Sci-Fi Sistas podcast, where we give you our point of view. I'm your host, Tamia Harper, and I'm joined by my sisters, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
Sabrina Wood.
Whoop, whoop.
And Fran T.
What's happening?
What's happening is that we got a good show today. We have a friend of ours that we are really, really excited to talk to. He's an actor, a producer, and a writer, and you've probably seen his short movies in circulation on YouTube. He's the creator of 1701, A Blerd Story, and he's a dear, and he's with us today. He's Matt Jennings. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored. I've been wanting to just get in and just talk with you guys since you came into existence. And this is a highlight of my year. So I mean that seriously. I'm not being phony. So.
Appreciate you. Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
We love. So Sabrina got to meet you out at STLV. I unfortunately did not get to meet you, but she came back telling stories and gave us the link to 1701 Blerd Story. And right, because and I saw episode 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was hooked, and it's so amazing. And then I saw episode 2, and I was even more hooked. And I'm waiting patiently for episode 3.
Yes.
I mean, I'm being very patient. I want you to know that I have not stalked you, and I haven't sent you things in the mail, but we're getting close. So can you tell folks a little bit about 1701 A Blerd Story? Because I just love it.
Absolutely. First off, thank you for watching and taking a look and taking a chance. I appreciate it. Thank you for anyone out there who's listening to this and has also watched. I genuinely appreciate it. 1701, it started as a solo show. I did a solo show 10 years ago at the Long Beach Playhouse in California. And it was just about my life. It was autobiographical. It was about different things that happened in my life, key moments that helped to form my identity and who I was at that point in time. And Star Trek was kind of the backdrop. So I used a lot of Star Trek references to explain certain things that would happen in my life. The centerpiece of the stage was the captain's chair. So the captain's chair was where I would do my monologues, and I would be different characters in my life. I would be my cousin Margaret. I would be my mom, my dad. And throughout the story, different Star Trek characters make appearances as well. Captain Kirk has a moment where he's giving me advice. Guinan has a moment where she's giving me advice. And that was the genesis of the story. And so I did it again at the New York Fringe Festival in 2015. And when that was coming about, I remember the person that was heading at the festival got interviewed, and he said, we have an eclectic selection of shows this year for the Fringe Festival. And he said, where else are you going to see a show about a gay Black nerd professing his love of Star Trek?
Nice.
Which was like, for one, it was like good press. I was like, I wasn't expecting that shout out, but I'll take it. And it was like, also as well, I realized that in that statement, that person was kind of indirectly saying that to be Black, to be queer, to be a nerd, to be a Trekkie, to be these things was still some kind of anomaly for some reason.
Right.
And to me, it's it's not an anomaly. It just is.
It is.
And,
Right.
and we just are. Like, we're all over the place. I mean,
Yes.
look at Stacey Abrams.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
President of Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
And thanks to her, you know, for right now, we're in a, like, she got us some votes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on now. So,
Yeah.
I think, you know, after that, my boyfriend at the time had said to me, well, have you thought about turning that into like a series? And I was like, I don't know how I would do that. But a couple months later, I came back with a script for the pilot. And after the pilot, I was already thinking about what I wanted to do with the second episode. And I think what I did, the difference between the stage show and the web series itself, is that the web series, I think there's a lot more stuff that I wanted to tackle in regards to just being queer and Black. And what comes with that, and the discussions that come out of that, and the discussions that we should be having, that, in my personal opinion, in the queer community, we're not having those discussions. At least not as a whole community. I think as people of color, I think we have that stuff happen to us all the time. But I think in a wider sense, once that kind of stuff comes up, I think we shy away from it. And it's, for me, it's like, you know, we are a rainbow.
Right.
At the end of the day, where every shade needs to be represented and voiced. And I don't think we're not there yet. And I know that. And happy Pride as well. I'm not saying this to be a negative. I'm just saying that
it's truth. It's truth.
And it's like, even our representation on screen in the queer community, in terms of people of color, I think we still have some work to do. It's been popping up here. I'm not saying it hasn't. We still got work to do. There were things that I experienced while I was writing the pilot that were not so great. That made it into some of the episodes. It all kind of just started to snowball. The episode 3, we go even deeper, and we deal with the after effects of what happened in episode 2. And we break down Matt a little bit and some of his things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait for episode 3.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you felt, you know, just like us, you felt something was needed and you just said, I'm just going to do it. And that's what I think I liked about the whole thing, is that you were like, listen, this needs to be said. No one's saying it. Just like you were saying, the queer community is a rainbow, and certain people everybody needs to be highlighted, but I can't wait for you to highlight me. I have to go do it myself. And I love that, that I think a lot of artists, a lot of us now are like, listen, I don't need you to do this for me. I'm just going to do it myself. And usually it's working. I think it's working out well for most people.
Right.
And I'm so happy.
It's working out well.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you that you went and did that. Right. I'm very proud of you that you did that.
At your own table.
Somebody else is out there going, oh, he sees me, or they see me, or I'm seen. This is great. This is something that I need. Or somebody like me is going, oh, I never even thought that would be the issue. You know, this is some, you know, you teaching old dog new tricks. But yeah, you know, I'm very proud of you. That's why I wanted to have you on. I think what you're doing is really good. It's really good for the community, the queer community, the Black community, the Trek community. It's just good for our fandom. And you're a very good, a wonderful talent. So that needs to be shined on also.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right.
Only thing I have a problem with is that scene when you had all of the all of the figures with the black and gray uniforms on, and you decided to just swat them off. I just cringed.
I know a lot of people said that, they're like,
oh God, not the black and grays.
I know,
oh,
right?
My goodness. and they were up there just as nice. I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And, oh no, don't do that. Yeah, it was really good though, Matt. Good job.
It took me a while. I mean, because when I was growing up, it's better now, I think, in some ways to be a nerd, to be a blerd, to express that now. I think it's better in some ways than it was 20 years ago.
40 years ago.
50 years ago?
I mean, yes.
It is definitely better.
It's better now. I mean, when I was growing up, I wasn't quite embraced. I didn't feel like I was really embraced by the Black community, by the kids. Mm-hmm. And I think the fault there is pretty much I hold the media responsible for what they were showing us.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were showing young people.
Or wasn't showing.
Or wasn't, yes, exactly. Because there was a way to be Black. There was
That's
a way
right.
Yes.
And if you didn't fit this, then
you must be there.
There was even a way to be a geek or a nerd.
That's right.
And that wasn't
it didn't look like nobody here.
No,
but no, none of us.
It didn't even look female.
Nope.
Oh, no.
No, right. And then even I'm sorry.
No.
And then even to have some for like Steve Urkel, for example, who was 16-year-old Black kid that was a rocket scientist. That's amazing. However, as great as that series was, I do think that at the time he wasn't going to be palatable, or the higher ups didn't think he was going to be palatable unless he was the butt of the joke.
Right.
That's right. Unless they, unless they buffooned him out.
Exactly.
I mean, you could have put that character in blackface, and Shucker. You could have put it in a minstrel show.
Yeah.
After
I didn't. I stopped watching it. I stopped because I used to watch it, the show, and then when they put him to the forefront, I'm like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. So I stopped.
I felt the same way because I thought, like you said, I was like, oh, a rocket scientist, Black kid's a rocket. He's smart. Yeah. But then I was like, why is he always the joke?
The butt of the joke.
And then in the end, they had to make him like he was a duplicate or something.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I was like, so they couldn't even they had to make him something else.
Somebody else.
Make him, to be okay. He had to be.
Yeah, he had to be Stefan Urkel.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name, but I was like,
couldn't just be Steve.
Yeah, Steve was fine. Steve was
fine.
Yeah.
Steve was the one that was gonna be having all your jobs in the future.
Well, Matt,
an AI department.
Well, Matt and folks who are listening, if you all think that it's something being queer and Black, try being queer, Black, atheist, and a Trekkie. And a woman. Try it. It's like those are my things some things about me, I'm a mother, I'm a friend, I'm an employee, I'm all of these things, but try being those 4 things and look like me. It's rough, y'all. It can be, but I have the kind of personality that I take it and I educate people. You know how when we get a chance to educate people, we do. I'm not gonna debate stuff. I'll talk about it and everything if people want to talk about it. But it's like, well, oh, you don't look like you. They even say, oh, you don't look like you're a lesbian. Well, what does a lesbian look like? Well, we know what the stereotypical people want to put on a lesbian being, but you can pass. I'm like, I don't try to pass. I'm not in the closet about it. I'm out and about it. I'm out and about. Well, I can't help but be out and about being Black. But the atheist part, I'm out and about that too. And the Trekkie part, I'm out and about. I mean, my license plate has, I've gotten so many conversations about that license plate. I remember it says it's Lieutenant Uhura is on my license plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in this line at one of the stores, and this guy, this tall older white gentleman walks up, and he's got his face all balled up because he's in front of me and everything. And he looks down at my license plate, and he looks up at me, and he looks down, and his smile breaks across his face, and he says, "Oh, your license plate! I love your license plate." So I've gotten, with being who I am, and happy Pride, everybody out there who wish to celebrate it. It's being who I am has opened a lot of doors for me. Has opened a lot, and I see people and speak, and because I have this extroverted personality, so it's really something to be who I am, and I haven't seen me with all those attributes. I haven't seen me anywhere in the media. I haven't, because being a Black woman atheist, no, but I'm not. That's a part of me, and I'm proud of it. Just as like I'm proud of me being queer. I'm proud of all of me. So I'm really glad. It's amazing to celebrate who you are, and I kind of resisted the label of nerd for a while because growing up, I mean, I actually was popular and was in with the in crowd and everything, but I was always smart in the Blerd and TVs and the books that I read and all that were different from my compadres. But I had a partner at the time, and she said, "You're just a nerd." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Nerd. I'm cool. Then I'm like, "Yeah, shit, you're right."
Matt, were you out with your nerddom when you were young?
Oh no. No.
No.
No, at home it was nurtured. It was nurtured. Like, my mom is the one that got me into Star Trek. My mom is a Blerd. She watched Star Trek, Stargate, Firefly, Doctor Who.
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torchwood. Right now,
love Torchwood.
Oh my God, what is that show? It's about the brothers and they
Supernatural.
Like, so my mom has always been a Blerd, and the story that she told me was I was 4, 5, and I had like a Grover doll, and I was sitting in my rocket chair with my Grover doll, and Star Trek was on the TV one day, and she just put Star Trek on, and the rest was history after that. Wow. She's like, I didn't think it was going to stay, but it did.
Wow.
And my dad, who is also a Blerd, my dad got me into collecting everything. My dad's got like a nice collection of like Batman and Star Trek. And
Batman!
And he also encouraged me continuing to watch Star Trek and science fiction and movies. And so I remember the first movie that I knew I loved movies, and I guess I wanted to be in them in some kind of way, was when The Matrix came out. And I remember we saw it the first time, and my dad said, "That was great. Do you want to see it again?" And I remember thinking at 11 years old, I thought you could only see a movie once. For some reason, that was like, that was the logic.
Okay.
And so he said, "Do you want to see it again?" I'm like, yeah, let's go see it again. So we saw the movie 3 times, and my dad said to me, "Great, you've seen The Matrix. I want to show you where the influence came from to make The Matrix." So we watched a lot of, I know it goes beyond this. We watched Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah,
he wanted to show me the root of where it came from.
So cool.
But yeah, my mom and my dad really encouraged that. So home was the safest space to do it. And then when I was out in the world, just no one quite got me. I had some friends, I had a very eclectic group of friends who were also nerds. And bless their hearts, they would play Star Trek and Star Wars with me on the ground. And now they're dressing up in Spock ears. And
okay.
Are those your two friends, Bones and I forgot what was the other man's name? I couldn't remember his name.
And Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson.
Emerson is my real friend in real life as well. Emerson's basically playing himself, but he's very Spockish. Like I just saw Emerson today, and he gave me some great advice, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I love Emerson.
Speaking of roots of the Matrix, have you seen Bound? Have you seen the movie Bound?
No.
The Wachowski siblings,
yes,
wrote and directed that. They are the same ones. Now it's a totally different vibe.
Yeah. I'm like, are you talking about Bound like from way back?
Yeah, I'm talking about those. Those are the same. Those
Gina,
siblings.
what's her name?
Yeah, Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was I remember
the Wachowski siblings wrote and directed that movie.
Okay.
And they also wrote and directed The Matrix.
The Bound was way ahead of its time.
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Matt?
No.
You need to watch it.
Please do.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I did. You know, I've seen The Bound. I never seen The Matrix.
Where's your card?
Wow.
Where's your card?
No joke.
I'm talking about your sci-fi card.
I can handle my sci-fi.
The pearl
sci-fi card. I'm not taking out the card.
Going on the screen right now.
See, she only saw it last year. Come on.
Don't take the card. Just cut off a corner.
Yeah.
Corner and let it keep the red. Don't take the whole card.
Discount that.
Y'all are killing me. I can't. Oh my God.
My list. It was on my list of films I'm embarrassed to say I've never seen, and I got
embarrassed.
I'm just saying
I never seen it.
I was asked to write an article about the newest Matrix, and I had to tell the editor of the magazine that I had never seen any of the Matrix.
We did have this conversation,
and so I said, "No, I came back good. I wrote a story about the Matrix. Is it still as good as it was 20 years ago?" I was watching it with fresh eyes. I pitched it.
You did. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And it is. Works. You know what? That movie is still as good as it was 20 years ago.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not that you would.
I mean, I tell you.
No, really, it is a movie that you can watch now, and it's so phenomenal. So fantastic.
It is. It was so groundbreaking. It is so phenomenal. Everything else that came after it is literally derivative. I mean, and it's such a snotty thing to say, but it changed all of our cinematic experience. Every single movie wanted to do and still does a Matrix move. I mean, it's just seminal. And it was beautiful. I mean, beautiful.
Yep.
And sorry.
You know,
I mean, and the fighting, just forget about it. If you're anybody who loved growing up with kung fu flicks and stuff, I mean, like
every Sunday,
good and bad.
It's still sick. The choreography is still sick to this day.
It's gorgeous. It's like I mean, the way that they describe it sometimes when they're learning the choreography is it's like a dance, and it's like watching just a beautiful dance.
Yes. It is. It's just I know, like I get goosepimply, like just thinking about it. I remember the first time I saw The Matrix and I was literally changed. It was one of those moments, like you were never the same again. And you saw it in the movie theater, and just like your dad, we went back like we would pack like the next day. we were like, we need to see this again.
I gotta see this
I think I
again.
saw it in the theater like 6 times or something. Like we just kept going. It was so amazing.
It was really good. But
That
to
movie
go
was
from
actually
Bound,
Oh,
to go from Bounds, because we're still doing the queer thing. To go from Bound to that,
Yes, okay. Keep us on point, Fran.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, we're still doing the queer thing here too. To go from Bound to The Matrix, because I knew that once I saw that movie, I said, whatever they put out again, I'm going to look at. It just so happened that it was a sci-fi phenomenon. Was the next thing they put out. I'm like, oh my goodness, these people are the bomb.
Yes.
And
then since 8, after that, since 8 was pretty good.
Since 8 was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that one, definitely pull that up and take a look at that. Stream that, binge it.
Okay.
Okay, another corner. Another corner. Another corner.
That's fine. As long as it ain't my black card, I'm good.
No, not the black card. No,
Getting smaller and smaller.
That's all right. I've got several corners missing from my geek card too, so we're all.
Yeah, I know. A couple of holes got punched in mine, and all kinds of stuff.
When I tell people that I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it was like, well, what is it? I'm like, it's not about vampires. Actually, it's really not about vampires.
No, it's not.
If you look at the series, it really isn't about. It's the thing Star Trek does. What is the word I'm looking for?
Allegory.
Allegories about life.
Okay.
But vampires happen to be in there, and the girl in there. There's this little skinny blonde chick who just kicks ass.
Buffy.
So Buffy. So I guess you gotta kind of because I bought all 7 seasons of that on DVD. Couldn't wait for it. Didn't wait for it to go down. Just when it came out that day, I went and bought that season. And,
you was a Star Trek fan on that one.
Oh yeah, I was old. And I still have all 7 seasons of Buffy on DVD. I still do. I have Firefly. I have all.
Firefly was my shit.
Yeah, I was.
That went too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, they did. They did it wrong.
I feel like I should leave.
Oh,
not even Firefly.
Gosh, you gotta
nothing you have said right now. I mean, I've heard of all of these, but no, none of them.
Well, you were a little busy while most of these shows are on.
That's we were all busy. But we were all busy.
Yeah,
I
wasn't even in the country.
You were like out of the country, like fighting a wars and stuff. So, like,
is that what you
get a pass.
But they've been around. I mean, but you know what? You know what?
Fran said, "No,
It's been 20 years." Okay.
Girl, I tried to help you out.
I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you, Sissy. I appreciate you. You know, Fran
you were busy back then.
I'm sorry. I was reading comic books. Sorry.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Okay, reading comic books. Okay.
Okay. Well, talking about ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Fran, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get us back on track.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it is Pride Month and everything.
Yeah, it
is. I mean, we should pay homage. We should celebrate. We should look at our fandom and see where did we get it right? Yeah. Where did we get it wrong? Like, what did we, because Trek actually was kind of really, in my opinion, was a little behind the curve here. So, I mean, it took till Disco to get Trek to have an openly gay couple, like happily married, Yeah.
They did a couple of episodes that were allegories to it.
Yeah.
You know,
It
Riker, of course, was hoeing on the planet with the androgynous person.
He was. She
Yeah.
I mean,
it is what it is.
Jadzia, you know, she was an icon, you know.
I know. I think that they tried to legitimately have queer characters on the show that were not just allegorical. Like, I think in First Contact, I think Hawk was supposed to be queer.
Yes.
And that didn't happen.
Who?
And maybe Hawk.
The movie or the episode?
The movie.
Okay.
In the movie,
yeah.
I think he was supposed to be queer, and I think in the book maybe.
In the books he's queer, yes.
Who?
But they kill him right off. He gets killed.
Hawk?
Yeah, so his
Hawk,
he played it. He was he died. He was on that scene with Jean-Luc and Worf. And when the Borg were on the hull of the ship.
Yeah,
and
he's got the silver hair.
Yeah, and
when they were fighting in space.
Right.
Oh, the one with the ice blue eyes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the books, I mean, his partner that survives him is part of the book series. His male partner. So they pushed that along in the novels, but like you said, it was supposed to be that way, but they didn't really flesh it out.
Expand on it.
Probably had a lot of pushback from the network too, you know, because it's
the studios,
yeah.
I think
both.
Was Malcolm Reed supposed to be queer as well?
You know what? I read that.
I heard that.
I sure did.
I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I thought that
I heard that.
I never seen it written down or him say it, but I did hear that.
I did not know
big
that.
Whiff of that.
That makes sense, though.
That
makes sense because when I was watching those early episodes, I was like, "Am I noticing something here that I didn't notice before?"
Especially in the beginning. Yeah.
You know, because I didn't really pay attention to Enterprise, like, you know. I didn't.
I'm moving.
But now I'm trying to.
I'm moving. Should I move this way?
I'm this way. Either way, I'm going back. I'm going into the Blerd part.
They say something about it. They can never just. We never talked that about.
I said nothing judgmental. I said zero judgmental about Enterprise. I said I didn't.
But there's always like a
caveat
when we say Enterprise. So it's just a little.
When Enterprise,
but I mean, I was just trying to explain my ignorance because I literally just peeped this vibe like last month, you know, and I was like, "Oh, that's what I."
Like they never say it, and I don't know if the actor, I don't know if Dominic Keating was making that choice, you know, consciously or anything like that in his performance, but. I thought that I heard something about that. Obviously, they didn't go through with.
I read it. I read it somewhere.
You will now run back and watch season 1. Enterprise.
That's right.
I got to go back now.
Number 3, all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were moments where they almost did. There was that episode which was supposed to be the allegory for AIDS, I believe, which was supposed to be a Next Generation episode that never happened. And that never came through, I think because it was the 80s and it was still in the heat of the situation. So, I mean, on one hand, I understand having to battle the network, because that's never an easy...
The
suits. I mean... I think about the story, you know, about, you know, actually going for it. Like, I think about the story about William Shatner and Nichelle when they were going to do that kiss, and the suits came down to watch the kiss, and I guess William Shatner kept purposefully messing up. So all they had was the kiss to go with. So, I mean, sometimes all it takes is just some bravery and just going out and doing it. You know, I still appreciate Trek for doing what it did, but I do think that in terms of queer, I think if they were doing it, because they had queer characters on soap operas back in the 80s, right?
They did. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah,
they did.
And they dealt with AIDS and everything like back
Yeah,
then.
definitely dealt with AIDS
happening.
on soap operas. Yep.
I remember
So-
AIDS.
I don't
but
know if we can. Soap operas are always ahead of their time.
I
Yeah.
don't remember seeing any
Yeah.
gay
They
characters
even
when
in
I was
Dynasty they
looking.
did, didn't they? Wasn't the older?
But then they
I
turned
think
Steve back
so.
into a heterosexual and never mentioned it again.
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean,
that's
they
was probably
retcon a lot in soap operas.
Yeah.
They did do a lot of retcon, but
They do.
who
Yeah,
did it
and never
right?
mentioned it again.
Matt, what do you think? Which was there a show that did it right for you that you were watching other than Star Trek?
like another version of Star Trek that had good
Yeah,
queer.
some other sci-fi show or fantasy or anybody come close?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. It's probably gonna hit me later on.
Yeah, it's hard to
right.
come up with one, huh?
Hard to come up with one.
Did you ever watch Farscape?
I tried. I
feel about the Matrix.
You didn't
haven't
even try.
Don't even try.
You didn't even try. Come on.
I was in the movies. I just fell asleep.
How could you fall?
I always fall asleep.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Farscape. You tried with Farscape.
Buffy had a couple on.
That's what I thought. I was.
Yeah, they had a lesbian couple.
Right. Buffy had some episodes. That's right.
Yeah, they had a
I
couple.
threw the thing out there for y'all.
Yeah,
But,
Willow.
I mean, the reason
Willow
that I
and
brought up
Tara.
the reason that I brought up Farscape was just because, like, it was dealing with sexuality in a way that nobody else was doing at that time, and still not doing, because there were so many different types of people represented. There was, like, this really pansexual character, and, like, there was just all sorts of stuff going on Farscape, and a
when
lot
did
of people
Farscape come out.
Farscape was in the 90s too.
Oh wow.
Farscape was Farscape was doing some stuff, man. Like, it really was. Like, once they settled down with the storyline, there was a lot going on, so you kind of really have to watch it from the beginning, because if you try to come in the middle, like there's two different universes. Like, I mean, it's like the same universe, but then there's the same characters running around in parallel things, and it gets confusing. But if you watch it straight through, you can get it.
No, that was also kind of like a serialized type of storytelling, right? Farscape.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some movies too that came out in like the early 2000s. They had like a movie or two, didn't they? Like TV movies.
If they did, I don't remember watching them. I do remember watching the series, but I don't remember.
But my mom just told me. My mom was like, "Nope, not Farscape." She just told me.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I love that.
I do too. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Waving.
I love it. Hey, Matt, I wanted to ask you. I saw that unfortunately missed out on Cisco Day. But I saw that you were very inspired by Cisco Day and did a short, which was quite lovely. I wonder if you could talk about what made you do that.
I think a couple of things. I think for one, I appreciated just having Cisco Day, because if I'm very honest, I just feel that Deep Space Nine still doesn't quite get its its due in nods in the new Trek. We've had some here and there.
He's one of us.
He is one of us.
He's of the body. He's of the body.
He's of the body.
Yes. He's of the body.
Of the body. I mean, listen, facts are facts, right? Like, I mean, we have that great Lower Decks episode.
Yes.
I thought was great. We have a nod in Strange New Worlds where you find out that, Benny Russell went on to ideally be a successful author.
Yeah.
Right.
We have something in Picard season 3.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
The backdrop? I don't know.
The back, yeah. In the back. I mean, I was expecting when
the bucket.
The bucket. We got the bucket, right?
We got the bucket.
What were
I
you
was
expecting?
Worf, when Rafi is talking to the unnamed ominous person that's giving her the intel, I thought it was going to be Dr. Bashir.
Section 31.
See, right? Wouldn't that have made so much sense?
It would have. I was like, okay, so this is Dr. Bashir. He's in Section 31 now, and he's going to pop up and be like, hey, and it wasn't.
Nope. Or even like season 2 Picard, when they start off, as Yvette calls it, with all the shiny things, and everybody was getting all like, oh, look at all the Deep Space Nine stuff. We're gonna have a Deep Space Nine based storyline. Psych.
They gave us the tablet. They gave us the tablet.
The tablet, the broken tablet. We just knew. Yeah.
I was like, he's coming back, or we're gonna get, because we're looking at the Bajoran tablet, and
that's right.
And so all that being said, I felt like, okay, well, I wonder what would happen, or what story would be told if we did get some kind of nod to Sisko. And I guess my thought was that I know that in the documentary, the writers Ira, Ron Moore, and the other writers, forgive me for not remembering all of your names. I am so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Robert.
They came up with that hypothetical season 8, and the son of Sisko, Joseph Sisko, is part of that story. And so I thought, well, what would have happened if maybe Sisko didn't quite come back yet? And I know that Avery wanted to be very careful of not doing a portrayal of a black man
leaving a baby and
abandoning your father.
But I thought, well, what if he hasn't quite come back yet, and what if things are good with Jake? What if things are good with Joseph and Jake? What if things are good with Joseph and Jake and Cassidy? Maybe by this point, Grandpa Sisko was passed on. I don't know. My thought was, what if now that he's an adult now that Joseph Sisko, young Joseph Sisko, is an adult, what if he went out looking for his dad? And what if it just became an obsession? And so, I thought, well, that'd be interesting to show. So people, please, anyone who's listening, go to my Instagram. You can watch it from there. It's something that I did really quick. There's a scene of like Bajoran text that's scribbled on a journal, because my thought is maybe he's looking at some text, some prophecy, some kind of answer to pinpoint, when is he coming back? I want to see my dad coming back. And then we've got, over the montage, Around Midnight is the piece of music that's playing.
Oh, lovely.
Which is, for one, it's a beautiful piece of I love that song. And I listen to it sometimes when I'm in a mood, Around Midnight. But also in season 7, in episode 1 of season 7, when we revisit Sisko after leaving the station, and we're at the restaurant, we're at his yes, when we're at Sisko's, there's a shot of Sisko playing on the piano, and there's music in the background. And I was like, what is that? It sounds a little familiar. And he was playing Around Midnight on the piano.
Okay.
And so that was the inspiration to have Around Midnight playing throughout this montage of Joseph Sisko looking for Forbidden Sisko, looking for his dad.
I love that.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. Is Sisko your captain?
He is. He is. I mean, there's a little bit of something that I really respect in everybody, but I think for me, Sisko, for me, and there's a line about this, or in episode 2 of 1701, my character is texting someone else, and there's a line that says Sisko was Obama, and for me,
wow,
at that point in time, seeing Sisko was like seeing Barack Obama, was like seeing the first Black president. And I also have to acknowledge and give credit to oh my God, is it Marge Sinclair?
Yeah, Marge Sinclair.
Madge
Sinclair.
I said,
yeah.
Who is actually the first female captain.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, she didn't have a TV
and she wasn't dead when we met her.
Right.
And, right. So, I mean, props to seeing that in Star Trek 4 for one.
Yeah.
And then we have another female captain, another Black female captain in Next Generation. It was in season 1 of Next Generation. The episode was called Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And she was like...
She was at Vegas year before last.
She was the best of the best.
And she got her captaincy before Captain Kirk did. Because I think until that point, Kirk was the youngest to be in command, and then she was the youngest to be a captain. So I have to pay respect to those captains first. But to see a Black captain have his own show, to have their own show, Cisco was like, yeah. So all that to say yes.
They did have a Black doing Reunion, was it? No, Redemption. They had a Black woman admiral because Picard had to explain to her what he wanted to do, and she said, "Well, I'm gonna give you my permission right now. I got to clear, but go ahead, put up your embargo." I said, "Okay." And her first name in real life is Fran, but I can't remember her. I think she recently passed away too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I remember seeing her. I'm like, okay, but that was a one-off, but he was there all the time. He was there for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There were other Black male captains too, especially in TNG. There was another guy. He has that rich voice, but I can't remember his name. He was in TNG. I think the first season.
The one that became the TNG.
TNG, yeah.
You talking about Bernie Casey, Sabrina?
Yeah, no, that's not talking about. I can't remember his name.
Space Nine.
Thasmus Rasulullah.
I bet you that's his name because his
is his name.
His voice sounds like that would be his name.
Yeah, because he had a Constitution class ship that blew up.
Yep.
That's his name.
Oh, that's
yes.
That was like,
and him and John Luke was
they were friends.
Friends.
Yep.
That's his name. He played in a lot of black exploitation movies back in the 70s. Yeah,
I remember his voice. I was like, "Oh, I know him. I've seen him before."
Yeah.
Now, see those movies I've seen.
We're not gonna touch your Black card.
Well, thank you very much. That's the only one that counts.
So by the time, going back, by the time Disco, I know I'm switching gears again. By the time Disco came out, like, how excited were you knowing that, like, okay, if we have a Black female captain or will be captain, we have like an openly gay couple on here, like, who's happy and they're not like aliens. Like, I mean, what were your feelings around it?
I was over the moon. I'll be honest with you. I was just over the moon. I mean, one, Star Trek was coming back after.
Right.
I mean, we had the Kelvin movies, and I have to give props to the actors and the creators. Like, we did have the Kelvin movies, but Star Trek was really coming back. It was coming back to TV. And to have Sonequa at the helm of it, I think was freaking amazing. Also, all my love to the Disco cast and crew and production team. I know that things are ending, but thank you for all that you did.
Yes.
Definitely.
Talk about being seen.
To have a queer couple on the ship, knowing that we existed. I knew that we existed, that we were always there. But to have that visual confirmation did a lot for me. And to have them be celebrated, to have their romance be celebrated, and have both characters live. I mean, I know that we lost Culper for a minute, but he came back. you know, to have that be celebrated was also a big thing for me. I think I recognized myself more in this Trek than I did in any other besides Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Space Nine is probably the other time that I really felt like I recognized myself.
Yeah.
And then in Disco, I mean, to see Sonequa with these beautiful braids,
right?
And see, when I saw that picture, I said, "Who did the hair work?"
Thank you.
The hair. Listen,
right?
So that it meant a lot. It meant a whole lot, and I was going to be there and support and hype it and hype Sonequa, and
I love it. Oh,
yeah.
This is everything we always talk about when we talk about disco, how it makes, like Fran said, it makes you feel seen. And there's nothing better than that, to be seen in the franchise that you love the most. It's just, I think it's everything. I think it has done that for all of us. And I'm always grateful to Star Trek for that. That's for sure.
Yeah. And, I haven't quite lost hope. Again, I know that it's not continuing on after season 5, but I mean, this is Star Trek. Like, we just had season 3 of Picard after 20 years. Some of these characters haven't been seen. So I'm just going to say, never say never, and say that we will see that crew again. I
believe so.
I believe so, especially since Starfleet Academy is in that time,
in that
time
era.
Frame. Yep. So
we'll
see them.
All lost or gone.
Right.
Well, we haven't seen season 5, so who knows?
Well,
who knows?
I think they said that Starfleet Academy in that era for a reason.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, and I know you got,
I was saying, Tawny Newsome is on the writing team for that, isn't she?
Yes. We're just so excited.
Yes.
I mean, that was the best news. She is the best, man.
I'm really hoping she ends up being a showrunner one day.
Yeah.
Because of her love of Star Trek. She loves Star Trek just like we do. She knows, especially DS9, and she knows it. She's a true geek about it. She will correct you if you're wrong about it. So I would love to see her do it, being a showrunner one day for Trek. And I think it's something that could happen.
Oh, very much so.
Her brain is just so fascinating and creative, and I think I would just love to see any stories that she's coming up with. Hey, Matt, have you ever been on the cruise? Are you thinking about going on the cruise?
When the funds are right, I will be on the cruise. I'm trying to make it out there for Las Vegas this year, because I really want to go and be out for that.
I know that seemed like a non sequitur, but it was really because we on the cruise, Tawny was like that guest. She was the best part of the whole cruise. I mean, it was nice to see everybody else and everything, but she was out with folks and hanging out with us all the time, not us specifically, the fans, and just so generous and just had a blast, and she just brought so much creativity and spontaneity to everything, and I mean, I think she's our girl.
Yeah, she definitely.
It's amazing, these people who are in this now. The young, a lot of them. You see how they were so geeky and was such a Star Trek fan, and they still can't believe I'm on Star Trek. And they're such Trekkies. Oh, isn't this something? Oh my gosh!
I think it's so important to I mean, in any field, really, but to love the work that you do. And I think what we're seeing now with Trek is that we're seeing people behind the camera, on camera, that actually love the world that they're in. Mike McMahon is, for
Oh
me,
my
one of those
gosh.
examples where, like, that man is a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the show.
TNG. He's definitely a TNG fan. That's for sure.
Like, he's a fan. I mean, Terry Matalas, who just did
Yeah.
Picard, the way that those
Mhm.
characters this season, that man is a fan.
Yeah.
I think Manny Koto with Enterprise, that great, that great series Enterprise.
That wonderful show.
Okay. I think he knew Trek too.
I
I think he knew Trek. By the time he came in,
He came up into it. Yeah.
and it was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. When I went back, so and then they canceled the guy that they canceled it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting on its feet, it's getting wings and whatever, and you cancel it.
It was just starting to get its footing.
Yes.
Season 3 Enterprise was really good. 3 and 4 was good. 3 was my favorite.
And Manny Koto was the one that was 3 and 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were just starting to get right.
Yeah.
But you didn't have back then. You didn't have the, you had the people. It wasn't like it is now. So you have a fandom who is more versed. You have more stuff to look back to. You have people who grew up in the fandom. So you have people in the suits who are part of the fandom now. So there's a lot more respect there.
Yeah.
Where back then, it was just a show. We tried to get this show. The show was making money. It was all about, it's still, of course, about money. But,
show business.
Right. But at least now there are people who grew up with, like us, grew up in TNG and Voyager, the trifecta, people grew up there and now they're, our age and being creatives. So I think that helps a lot also.
Yeah, you gotta have the love. You just gotta have the love for work. You gotta love
for it.
Yep. And the money.
And the money. Yeah.
And the money. I mean, you can love it all you want.
And also they are really, really respectful of the fans. I'm talking about the actors and the people behind the scenes now. The actors, they're like, I never knew. I mean, they kind of told us, but we didn't know that you all were not just fans, that you are family, which is some people, kind of made fun of us.
Oh, yeah.
Like my friends, when, I brought up my real life before these sisters, okay, they laughed at me with Star Trek and not with me.
Which is a different thing.
A big difference, So I'm glad to be appreciated by the people who are in this world now, behind the camera and in front of the camera. They get it.
Yeah. They absolutely do.
Yeah.
And I think along the lines with, when you were saying that, you had people that would laugh at you and not with you. There's something, again, that is so powerful in just being yourself. And kind of, I think what I've been trying to tell myself now is to take up space. And it's okay to take up space. I personally sometimes tend to try to make myself small, be quiet. And I think that there's a lot of programming that comes along with that, being a person of color, don't rock the boat, all that. But I don't know, I owe it to myself and the people in my community to take up the space and to be as much myself as possible.
I agree.
And I think, that your life, your art, your craft, if you're telling your story, I think it's a form of ministry. And I don't mean that in terms of God or anything like that. I just mean in terms of someone else can see what you're going through and learn from that, and your story can be terrible.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Exactly.
And to me, that's why art to me is a form of ministry, because you're sharing something, you're sharing a story. Someone's hopefully being enriched and enhanced by that story.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautifully put. You know, that's so true. I mean, I feel like the older I get, the more grow into my purpose, you know. And like, I mean, I love how you're talking about like taking up more space and just showing up in your truest self. You know, it can be a hard thing to do, you know. Not everybody, I'm a pretty confident person, but on the inside, like, there's so many insecurities, and it takes a lot, especially as we all know, as Black people in this country, to stand in our truth in every moment. Our truth is compromised in so many ways all the time, and it's like a constant struggle to just live as ourselves. We're navigating all these different spaces all the time, and I'm sure that that's a conversation that can be had amongst like everybody, but it's particular to Black people. It's a different way in which we fight to be free
in this society.
It's a daily thing. It's it's loving yourself, and it is a daily choice. It's a daily task to love yourself and to honor yourself.
That is true. Your choice. You're right.
And you got to make it every day, and there are going to be people and things that make you forget, or try to make you forget.
Try to put you back in that spot.
Or try to put you back in that spot.
Like, who do you think you are?
Exactly.
I am who I am.
Get me started.
And sometimes it's not like. Sometimes it's not even a negative thing. They just can't believe that big. They're just not there yet.
That's good. Yeah.
And
you can't believe that big. Yeah, that's so true.
And they're not trying to really, they just don't get it. And when you make a change or you're trying to create something, it's really something else, because it's a solitary thing, creating something. And so you're all usually by yourself doing whatever you're doing. I love this particular thing that we're doing here because we're collaborating. The four of us are together doing our stuff. So this is a joy. But most times, when you're writing or you're creating something, you're all by yourself and you're writing your stuff and you're like, I don't know.
Right. You have those voices like, is anyone going to get this? Are they going to get it? Did I put that in there? I don't know. But you know what? Just you never know unless you are. You have to put it out unless you're authentic. Like I look at Justin Simeon. Justin Simeon is Dear White People, the TV show.
Yes.
There's a character named Lionel that is he's a gay Black Star Trek fan. Lizzo is someone else who I adore right now.
Yes.
Lizzo out here twerking, playing the flute.
Right.
Musician, all just being her authentic self.
Yes.
And it's just, and encouraging other people to be their authentic selves by,
I see me.
That's it.
Well, I think for me, that's one of the things that's so inspiring about these younger generations in me that are coming up. Like I get so excited when I see our kids just living really unapologetically in a way that I was never able to do at such a young age, with that. I mean, of course, like, you see all the stuff that we're teenagers and we're concerned about what we look like all the time. You can't help that. That's teen stuff, but I mean, the choices that kids are making nowadays in terms of self-expression and in terms of like even knowing their own identities and knowing who they are, it's so different from when I was coming up, and it's really inspiring, and I take a lot from that, every time all my years of growing up as a product of the 70s and the 80s, and I start to look at my body changing in middle age, and still think that I'm supposed to have some body image that was drummed into me over all those years. And I'm like, well, my middle's spreading. I mean, it just is, shit, I'm 52. Shit, this stuff happens, like, like I'm not a triathlete, for Christ's sake, but like, but what's going on is a conversation inside my head that there's something wrong with me for looking the way that I look, and these kids are growing up with entirely different conversations than what I had. All I had was like, I mean, Dynasty? Are you kidding me? Alexis Channing was like in her 60s and she was rocking like a 20-something-year-old's body. Like, what? Who does this? What the fuck is this? Like, I'm like, those were my messages, like, you must be, and, so they're growing up in a whole nother world, and they're just taking it all and just going fearlessly. Like, my email signature is totally Trek, and it says boldly go. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. They definitely are.
And I think I know that things look bleak in some ways, but I really think, like you said, with younger generation expressing themselves the way that they are, I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to take time, but I think we're going to be okay.
And some older people are coming out of their shells too. There are two people on social media that I look at. This lady with the blue hair, and this other lady who says she has on a 2-piece bathing suit. She says, she said, wear the suit. She said, I'm going to put on this suit. I got this suit on. I'm over 200 pounds, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to walk on the beach because this is who I am, baby. And, because, we like the body image thing, it's like, if you, and then the other lady says, if you don't dye your hair, if you don't do this, then you're letting yourself go. If you do, then, it's like, and these women are over, they're like in their 50s too, and they're saying, I'm going to be who I am, and they have the platform to, I'm glad we have a platform that we can do it in, to, because we weren't given, especially as women, we weren't given that platform, and now we're older women are kind of busting out because, I'm in the store the other day and I see this older woman with this rainbow hair and I'm like, all right, you go, and she was the older, I know she had to be in her 60s, I'm like, okay, you get it. All right. I like that, So, it's the younger folks are leading it, but there are so they're bringing along some of us geezers too.
Well, I think we're inspired by them. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Because those people we're talking about are not, are like our grandchildren or our children. So, they inspire us. So we definitely had something to do with that. I mean, if they're coming out, like, these are our children, our grandchildren, so we accept them. I know I accept a lot more things than my parents did. That's for sure. And I accept things that when I was a young person, I accept a lot more things now than I did when I was in my 20s, maybe early 30s. And I accept it more readily, and mainly because I raised children. So I don't want my children to ever think that I don't love them because of who they are. So, when they tell me they're this or that, you're like, okay. You just, and when you have parents that are like, okay. That, okay. I mean, I'm going to learn to live with it because I got you. I ain't going nowhere, because we're hover parents. So you're not going anywhere. So. Yeah, I think that's what's been going on.
I'll tell you a story about my mom really quick. She, we had a time with me coming out, and that was a process. But I remember one day, long story short, there was a divorce that happened, and so that was a really rough time. And the house that we were in, we had to leave, and so she's trying to sell the house. And she had a day, it had been a day, and there was this gay bar that I go to called the Silver Fox, which was down the block from where we had to go to discuss get rid of the house. I can't remember if we had to get appraised or whatever it was, but there was an office that we were at. So anyway, the gay bar that I would go to was like down the block. And so we left the office. I could see that she was just drained and she had a day. And so I said, jokingly, I said, well, there's this gay bar that I go to all the time. And I'm thinking, that, it's just going to be, dismissed or whatever. But she said, you know what? Let's go. I said, she said, let's go. I said, oh, it's right this way. Okay. And so we went to the Silver Fox, and this is 5:00 in the afternoon. She talked to the bartender that I had been knowing for a year, 2 years at that point, and they were chatting it up, talking about me. I saw a substitute teacher in high school. Teach biology. He was like, "Oh my God." I say that
5 o'clock. I can't even come in here at 5 o'clock. What's wrong?
But I say that to say, it is, the older generation as well helping, and saying, hey, it's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I don't have to be like my parent. I can be different. The generational things can stop with me.
Right. Yes.
It can start with me. And as far as I have a lot of atheist friends on social media, and I can truthfully say that my friends and my family, it makes no difference to them. It's not I don't have to worry about being ostracized.
That's right.
Because either way, because in the Black community, it's getting better, but the religion has a lot to do with the homophobia that exists. It has a lot to do with it.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Yeah. So I don't, how can you put your child out because you believe in this edit that came from somewhere else? How can you ostracize your child, or, how can you do that to someone that, your child? How can you not love your child because something says, or this people say that, it's bad and it's wrong and it's immoral and all that. So as far as homophobia in the Black community, the religion aspect has a lot to do with it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
It was Billy Porter that said the first thing that they take from the queer community is your spirituality. That's the first thing that gets taken once you come out.
So, I've been lucky in that I had people who actually know me, and it doesn't make a difference that I don't believe in God, that it doesn't make a difference that I'm queer, it doesn't make a difference that I'm a Star Trek fan. They just say, "Oh, that's Fran, that's her. She's, that's Fran. That's hers." Like, they're not shocked, So, because I've been like this a long decades. Imagine going into. Oh yeah, I forgot that part too. I'm a recovering addict. So imagine going into a 12-step meeting 34 years ago with a megaphone in my mouth talking about I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
And I stood my ground the whole time I was in there.
Yeah, so, that was not going down well.
I've gone through it, guys. I've gone through it. It's something, but people who know me accept me and I think that's why I could keep on speaking up about it, because there were people who gravitated toward me and knew me and said, "You are who you are." You are who you are, and I love who you are.
Yeah.
So, and it's, but a lot of people are not that fortunate.
I love you too, Fran.
I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I know. But it's kind of this life that I've lived, and being with all those roles that I play has been enlightening and difficult. So, but more enlightening, I think. Difficult at times, but more enlightening. Yeah. So.
Well, Matt, we love you too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love y'all too. Thank you. I love y'all.
I mean, this is one of the reasons why, like Yvette was talking about at the beginning of the show, we have so much respect for you because, you didn't sit back. You said, let me create and let me create what I need to see, what I needed to see. Let me put it out there for somebody else. Let me stand in my truth. And, and you're doing the thing, you're doing the thing and you're doing it really well. And, and you make us laugh. You're so damn funny. Your skits are hilarious. I mean, I was just like, I go back and I watch every once in a while, like, like I'll watch it and I'll just go back and watch something else again, just because you make me laugh and it's still funny, like each time, and so we're super proud of you. Like, I mean, I know like Sabrina's the only one who's actually, well, did you meet Yvette too? Well, whoever was out at STOV, I know you met Sabrina, but I feel like you're one of us and you're ours and we adopted you. So, when you come out this way, you're away from mama. Don't worry, mama. We got him.
Yeah, we got him. Definitely. Do you care to say where you live? I mean, what area?
Yeah. I'm in Anaheim, California right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, out there. Looking to be in looking to get to Long Beach pretty soon.
Okay.
Actually I'm going to New York next week. I'm going to see my dad in New York.
Oh, cool.
Right. What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
Why did I know you were going to say that? You going to say Brooklyn.
Like my dad is in Brooklyn Heights, and my mom's side of the family, everybody on my mom's side of the family is out there, and they're in Bed-Stuy.
All right.
I said Bedford-Stuyvesant, but when I was there, I knew it as Bed-Stuy.
That's right.
It's Bed-Stuy.
Even I know
the
that's
new
what it is.
people call it.
I do too, and I thought it was Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
That's all I've heard.
The new neighborhood calls it,
right.
The new
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
The new
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Okay. Bedford-Stuyvesant.
But
no.
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
It's Bed-Stuy.
When I was there as a kid, it was Bed-Stuy, and so that's where my mom's side of the family is. They're on Bed-Stuy, so yeah, I'll be out there soon.
Well, look up your sisters when you got time. If you got time, you look up your sisters while you're on the East Coast.
Yeah, we're on the East Coast too.
So we can all take care of you too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to have you back on. Like, there's just like so much more for us to talk about. Like, can you imagine if we all did a top 10 together? Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
That would be fun.
Like it.
Wouldn't that be dope?
I'm so down. Listen.
Okay.
Now.
We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
As long as you don't say like a whole season is one.
Follow the assignment.
He looks like he's one of those people like all of season 4.
Oh, you mean like Yvette?
Yeah.
Of course we're talking about Yvette.
Did I say a season? Yeah, I think
you said 2 seasons. Yeah. You said season, 5 and 6.
5. It was all of season 5.
Season 5 is number 2.
Yeah, the entire season.
Number 3 is the last 10 episodes of season 7.
See? Come on now.
Well, because the last 10 episodes of season 7 is the Dominion War.
It's a per arc.
It's all one.
It's a per.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
Yes.
However,
season 5 is just fire. That's what
I'm almost. I'm in my, my nightly watch of Deep Space Nine, because it's usually what's on my TV, like as I'm falling asleep, is we're in season 4. We're ramping up to season 5. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to watch this as I fall asleep now, right? Like,
yeah, because now you got to go and just got to keep continuing.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I am the same way.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be. Matt, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We're so happy you came on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Yvette, you want to let people know where they can give their thoughts on anything that we've discussed today, or whether they can tell Matt if they watched 1701, a Blerd Story, or anything like that, because we did. And if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. You can find it on
Please watch.
YouTube, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Oh, yeah. You want to do that real quick? You want to give people I'm sorry, Yvette.
Mhm.
You want to give people all the information of where they can find you?
Oh, yes. Go ahead and find me on Instagram at 1701BLERD. The link to episode 2 is on the profile in the bio, and you can also find episode 1 that way as well. Stay tuned for episode 3. I am editing.
Yay!
I'm editing episode 3. Episode 3 was a lot of fun. It's different in some ways. Again, we go deeper with some stuff that we talk about in episode 2. There's some Borg in there, and we'll see how the Borg are manifest themselves in this episode.
Oh, that's a good teaser right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'll say. Yeah, at 1701BLERD on Instagram.
Yay.
And TikTok. You're on TikTok too, right?
And I'm on TikTok. That one's a little hard to explain on
Yeah,
on the
don't worry
podcast.
about it. Just say TikTok.
Yeah.
Somebody will
On
find you.
TikTok, find me, because when I was making the name on TikTok, I accidentally separated a letter. So I'm like, oh man, now I gotta wait 30 days until I can change the name. I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Long story short.
We'll find you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Yvette, light them up.
All right. You can find us at sci-fisistas.com. That's SYFYSISTAS.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the Sci-Fi Sisters Book Club, both on Facebook. On Instagram and TikTok, sci-fi.sisters. And we are also on the Twitter at Sci-Fi Sisters. Become a Patreon of Sci-Fi Sisters today at patreon.com/Sci-Fi Sisters. The Trek Geeks Network's presenting sponsor is Fansets. Go to fansets.com for pins and memorabilia from all your favorite franchises. Visit fansets.com and use Trek Geeks, all caps, for your exclusive 10% discount. After listening to this podcast, please rate us and write a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode.
And of course, we got to give our shout out to our baddest engineer, the baddest engineer in any and all universes. He's Dose the Anonymous One. Dose. Okay. You can find him on Instagram at dose_the_anonymous_1. He's responsible for all the music you hear on our show and the engineering skills. So if you need him, look him up. He'll be around for you too. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Peace, love, and hair grease, people. Hey everybody, it's Sister Tamia here with the Shorty Shout Out. We want to thank the following people for contributing to the Sci-Fi Sisters and helping us grow. Rita Passant Nethersoul, Marcus Bigham, Mark Richmond, Bill Erickson, Zakia Graham, Linda Anderegg, Travis Taylor, Jeffrey Cochran, Olda Klein, Peter Heisler, Olga Krabchuk, TJ Jackson Bay, Liza Albright, Kalia Zawacki, Wayne Ritz, Sam Droke Dickinson, Stephanie Baker, Sailor Marge, Stephanie Dole, Starbase Centaur 4210 Productions, Jamal Taylor, Scott Jensen, Ann Bradley, J.R. Poole, Howard Hogan, L.M., The Chief Ernesto Castagna, Timothy Baum, Dave A. Gregory, Eve England, Dafid Balston, Karen Dramera, Sue K., Anne Marie, Muhammad Noor, Susan V. Gruner, and Anna Post. Thank you all so much for your patronage. We love you.